Thanks for making today's 10 your choice for news for 40 years.
From today's 10. Linda Williams. Jim Schneebelt with weather. J.D. Hayworth with sports. This is the Channel 10 News.
Residents of the eastern states clean up behind a deadly storm that shut down their lives and claimed dozens of other lives this weekend. Good evening, I'm Rick D'Amico, in tonight for Linda Williams. That powerful blizzard earned the title Storm of the Century, and with good reason. So far, at least 96 deaths are being blamed on the weather that pounded the east. It said as much as 50 inches of snow was dumped on the eastern seaboard. And during the storm, 3 million customers lost electricity. And now residents are trying to clear away the store's remnants. The worst winter storm of the century lashed across the east coast of the United States this weekend. Records have been broken for snowfall, winds, cold, and low atmospheric pressure. A spokesman for President Clinton said assessment teams were already at work.
We do have damage assessment teams going through every state right now, working with the governors, and over the next 24 to 48 hours, we'll have a much better estimate about how much this damage is going to cost to fix.
In the Northeast, dropping temperatures, deep snow drifts, and icy roads were left behind by the blizzard. Residents got plenty of exercise Sunday, digging out cars and driveways. Heavy ice under the snow made it difficult, and severe wind chills made it a bitter task. Though the storm packed a stronger punch in the Northeast, it was the South that was hit the hardest. In Georgia, winds tumbled trees and knocked down power lines, leaving many without electricity. Birmingham, Alabama, a city that seldom sees snow and has no city snowplow, got 13 inches of snow. But coastal towns in New Jersey and Maryland fared better than expected. Now that the fierce weather has subsided, major airports along the East Coast are slowly resuming flights today, but many are only able to open just one runway, causing ongoing delays and more frustrated travelers even here at home. Carol Archer joins us live from Sky Harbor Airport with the latest. Carol?
Well, Rick, the word here is hurry up and wait. Many of these folks have been stranded here for 24 hours, hoping to head east as soon as possible. It seems everyone is hurrying here but getting nowhere. These college students from Atlanta are trying to get home from spring break. They're stranded at the airport.
It's been really hard. 26 hours we've been here. Atlanta is just snowed in, and you know Atlantans, they don't know what to do with snow.
Those lucky enough to get on a flight have to put up with a bizarre system of rerouting.
Our flight was canceled. We're now going from here at 10:20 tonight to Las Vegas, to Boston, to New York, arriving in New York probably around 10:30 in the morning.
Others are on standby, hoping a seat home will become available.
They're telling us that our only confirmed flight would be Tuesday morning.
All travelers are being urged to call the airport first before arriving and to expect delays.
If you have a room here locally in town, I suggest that, you know, cover all your bases and probably stay in that room. If you can wait a couple of days, we will get you out.
And hopefully things will look a lot better tomorrow, Rick. It's just going to take some time and a lot of patience.
What a time for this to happen during spring break.
Oh, I know. These poor kids, they said they're just tired of airport food.
Yeah. All right, Carol, thank you very much. A small plane crashed today near Painted Rock Dam. Maricopa County Sheriff's officials say the Cessna went down about a mile away from the dam in the desert. Luckily, the 2 people on board were not killed. The pilot, Juan Gelbaugh of Phoenix, and his passenger, Daryl Cowan of Tempe, did not suffer life-threatening injuries. The cause of the crash is under investigation. Tonight, a Mesa family is raising support for the man charged in the deadly shooting of a Florida doctor outside his abortion clinic. 31-year-old Michael Griffin surrendered to police Wednesday, saying he shot Dr. David Gunn in the back of the head 3 times. And Lisa Allen joins us now with the story of this Mesa couple and why they're organizing support. Lisa?
Well, Rick, in short, this Mesa couple wants to help the family of the man accused of this murder because the family will need financial support all during the trial. But there are other deeper reasons for their mission of support. Dan and Donna Bray are evangelical Christians and the parents of 5 young children. They know nothing about Michael Griffin, the man arrested for the killing of Dr. Gunn. They know nothing of his family or its immediate needs. But as avid anti-abortionists, the Brays feel a responsibility to help the man who stands accused of murder, because they say they feel Michael Griffin was justified in his actions.
Mr. Gunn made his living killing, and what Mr. Griffin did was to stop him from killing again. Mr. Gunn was on his way to kill again, and there are children that will be alive in Pensacola because Mr. Gunn was stopped.
Echoing her husband's beliefs, Donna Bray says she cannot condemn Griffin's act of murder.
What we're finding is some people in the pro-life community are not supportive of him, and this is what we want to do, speak out that we are supportive of he and his family and will not condemn his actions.
If they don't condemn this act of cold-blooded murder, then in fact they are condoning it, no matter what kind of nice words they try to wrap that in.
Executive Director of Planned Parenthood Gloria Felt says there is a big difference between what Griffin did in support of his beliefs and what her organization does in support of its beliefs.
The difference between us and the man who murdered Dr. Gunn and the Brays of Mesa is that we would never try to impose our beliefs on anyone else. We are there to help people as a matter of their personal choice.
We asked the Brays what they have in mind to do to raise money for the Griffin family. They say they just haven't thought that out yet, only that they hope people will come out and send money in support of Griffin. And Felt believes that to do that would be tantamount to supporting what she calls extreme fundamentalists, like David Koresh in Waco or the people who blew up the Trade Center.
All right, Lisa, thank you very much. Well, today at Mass, members of St. Benedict's Church in Chandler received communion from a different priest. That's because 47-year-old Father Will Pugh Sherwood is no longer part of the church. He was arrested and charged on Friday with sex offenses involving a teenage boy. Today, an interim priest led the Mass for St. Benedict's congregation. We spoke to some of the children at the church today, and they say the whole ordeal involving Sherwood, a man they once trusted, has left them feeling confused and let down.
He betrayed us. It's like he was our friend, and then he just left us.
Sherwood's preliminary hearing is scheduled for March 29th. An alert was declared today at the Palo Verde Nuclear Generating Station west of Phoenix. That after workers found a leak in a tube in a steam generator of Unit 2. Officials say there's no indication of any radiation leak or danger to the public. Arizona Lotto officials say there is one winning ticket out there somewhere worth $23.2 million. As far as runners-up to the big prize, tickets with 5 numbers are worth more than $1,000. And tickets with 4 numbers are worth $51. Here's a look at last night's numbers. They were 11, 19, 23, 25, 40, and 42. And as always, you can get those numbers anytime by calling our 10 line at 252-1010, then press 1013. Straight ahead on the Channel 10 News at 6, some Valley kids try their hands at a national title, that of Iron Kid.
Weather-wise, a gray Sunday, but a blue Monday in the forecast. That's coming up in a few minutes.
And in sports, March Madness is set to begin. The field of 64 comes into focus. We'll tell you who's in and who's not in sports.
And a new move from inside and around the cult compound in Waco, Texas. We'll tell you about that next. Stay with us.
If you've been waiting to buy a new home, here's a good reason to jump in now. Because the backyard bonus is back, which means you can choose from valuable bonus packages, even a Shasta pool in many communities. Either way, you come out ahead, and that's very refreshing news. The backyard bonus from Shea Homes.
Shea Homes, you're building confidence in me.
Midway Chevrolet sells more new cars and trucks than any other dealer in Arizona. We're #1 because of our low everyday price specials. Like this brand new 93 Lumina Eurosport for only $13,999 with a V6 automatic, cassette, power windows, tilt, and cruise. This is just one example of the price specials you'll find every day. So shop Chevy at Midway Chevrolet Geo on Bell Road at I-17. See you there!
Long about this time of year, folks in Lake Edna start wishing for a little spice in their lives. So KFC decided to do something about it. Introducing a whole new way to enjoy great-tasting chicken. KFC Spicy Chicken Bites. Just $1.99 for a single serving. Tender morsels of skinless chicken, oven-roasted with a zippy flavor. Get them while they last. Folks here love them. In fact, Lake Edna may never be the same.
We are KFC. We do chicken right.
Welcome to Sun Lakes, Arizona's finest master-planned adult community, featuring $20 million in recreational amenities, including 54 holes of golf, 2 clubhouses, tennis, and swimming. Experience our great beauty, great friends, and great value. Come see Sun Lakes Country Clubs by Robeson Communities, a great life for active adults. I-10 south to Riggs Road.
New movement near the cult compound where the Waco standoff enters its 15th day. Federal authorities have set up large floodlights, and they're shining perpendicular to the compound, but no word why. Also today, members of the Davidians hung a new banner from a window in the compound. The message is not readable from a distance, and federal agents have not commented on what it says. Agents do say that some of the cult members are asking about criminal charges they would face if they turn themselves in. And authorities in India today found a bomb made of plastic explosives. This comes just 2 days after 13 synchronized car bombs killed 300 people in Bombay on Friday. This time, the device was in a motor scooter. And tonight, word that the hotel in the World Trade Center will be closed for months to come. Officials say the Vista International Hotel in New York City will not open until midsummer. The February 26th deadly bombing did not cause physical damage to the hotel, but the blast did cause mechanical problems. Defense Secretary Les Aspin says he'll probably receive a pacemaker within the next few weeks to help control a heart ailment. 54-year-old Aspin spent 5 days in the hospital last month after complaining of shortness of breath. And a 48-year-old Phoenix man is in critical but stable condition today after receiving a CardioWest artificial heart. It's the second such implant of the air-driven device at Tucson's University Medical Center since January. Gaylord Booth was admitted to UMC on Thursday. A rare and valuable discovery is made in the valley. A retired Arizona State professor says he found 3 flame-shaped mushrooms in Phoenix. The mushrooms are considered the best tasting in the world by gourmet chefs, and the mushroom topper is just a pound of them can cost $600. Coming up next, meteorologist Jim Schneebel with what to expect this week in the weather forecast. Stay with us.
Jane, time to go. Azaleas were blooming everywhere in great patches. Class, this is Jane. Jane, take a seat next to Mary.
At US West, we know you don't have to live far apart to grow far apart.
Hi, Mary. I was just thinking about you.
So stay close in Arizona with in-state long distance from US West, making the most of your time.
Here in Rio Verde.
Here, tall mountains rise to meet a sapphire sky, and the untouched desert blooms with life. Such a world is Rio Verde Golf Community, just minutes from all the civilized pleasures of Scottsdale. Rio Verde, for adult living as active as you are.
In a world apart.
Worried about your teenager? Here are some warning signs to look for. Suddenly fails at school, destroys property, uses alcohol or other drugs heavily, withdraws from family and friends, becomes physically violent, runs away from home, talks about or attempts suicide. If you're worried about your teen, Charter can help you find the right resources. If you don't get help at Charter, please get help somewhere.
How do 2 of the top pizzas in town stack up against each other? Well, in an independent taste test, Peter Piper Pizza took on Pizza Hut. It was close, and the results may surprise you. Almost half of the Pizza Hut customers surveyed picked the taste of Peter Piper. Peter Piper Pizza is the pizza people pick. So why pick anything else for your family when the great taste of Peter Piper Pizza is regularly about $3 less?
Peter Piper Pizza is the pizza people pick.
It's time for the weather now. A little rain this morning. We got out of church, it was raining. Had my car wash yesterday.
Well, that explains it. You should have called me. I'd have put rain in the forecast then. I'd have known. Actually, just a little bit of light stuff around mainly. Some sprinkles, no measurable rain at the airport, but some places around central Arizona with a little bit of light rain, a trace of rain in Prescott, a trace of rain up in Show Low, up in the White Mountains, and it looks like the clouds and the rain showers will be moving out of here this evening, though, replaced by a mostly sunny day tomorrow. Temperature-wise, fairly normal today, 73 officially for the high this afternoon. The low this morning, 58. The normals are 75 and 48, so that morning low a little bit warmer than normal. The records are 90 degrees from 1934 and 33 from 1967. Right now, cooling down, but not too much, 69 degrees. Wind is blowing from the southwest at 6 miles per hour. The relative humidity, 39%. The dew point, 43. Rainfall now at 6.94 inches for the year, almost 7 inches for the year, and the barometer is steady at 29.89. Let's show you the cloud motion over the last 12 hours. You can see the clouds moving through Arizona, a few light showers in central Arizona, but as of the last few hours, things are beginning to clear out across western and southern Arizona. All these clouds are moving off to the east toward New Mexico. We will probably see a clearing sky tonight, mostly sunny day tomorrow, and then Tuesday should start out a bit sunny, but another storm system out in the Pacific is moving in here for late Tuesday and Wednesday. This one a little bit stronger than the one that just went through today, so maybe some more light rain around as this storm moves through mainly on Wednesday, and temperatures will be cooling off a little bit as well by then. On the national map tonight, that winter storm that's been moving up the east coast finally beginning to wind down and move out into Canada, heading out toward the Atlantic. You can see no snow to speak of reported in New England tonight. A little bit of snow still falling way up in northern Maine. Skies are clearing out through the Midwest and the Great Lakes, but fairly cool weather continuing there. In the west, this storm system that's moving through Arizona also moving to the north of us, causing some rain and snow in the Rockies, the northern Rockies in Montana and Idaho. It looks like Yellowstone with a little bit of snow. Also some rain up around Seattle and down into northern California. These are highs today, some cool air in the northeast, some teens in Michigan, Cleveland with 18 for a high, Chicago with 22 for a high, and some snow on the ground down into the Carolinas tonight. Some freeze warnings in effect all the way down into northern Florida. In the west, though, a bit more mild, generally in the 50s and 60s. Forecast lows for us tonight, fairly mild. Forecast highs tomorrow, once again, just about like today, maybe a little bit warmer with a little bit more sunshine. In Phoenix tonight, clearing and cool, the low 53. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, 79 the high, up to 85 on Tuesday with increasing clouds. And then the outlook for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, a slight chance of showers on Wednesday, mostly cloudy that day, and a little bit cooler by Thursday and Friday, cooling down into the upper 70s on Thursday and then back up near 80 degrees on Friday. But even a cooling trend into the upper 70s sounds pretty nice compared to what they had back east.
Hey, Cleveland, 18, huh?
Right.
Yeah, this is great.
Right.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay.
Ahead in sports, highlights of a Cubs comeback in the Cactus League, plus another look at Michael Carvajal's incredible comeback last night. And was ASU's win last night enough to put the Sun Devils in the NCAA tournament? Find out when we come back.
This Lexus LS 400 is about to shift from first to second to third and to fourth. We thought we'd take the opportunity to point this out. It would be so difficult for you to tell on your own.
A warning to bargain hunters. Ross has priced the following items so low they may not last. These top name coordinates are $78 to $172 at department stores. At Ross, save 60%. These Famous Maker pumps are $72 at better department stores. The same shoes at Ross are only $39.99. And save 50 to 68% on an incredible selection of Famous Maker bras. Just 3 examples of the savings on top brands at Ross. The only difference is the price.
You spent a pile of money on your car.
But the wrong gasoline could blow everything. May we suggest Chevron with Techroline for protection that helps keep your investment intact. Chevron, simply smarter.
Use energy wisely all the day through. So much can be saved for me and for you. Let's work together. Come on, let's work together.
There are dozens of ways to use energy more wisely. Call Salt River Project at 236-8888 for a free energy partnership brochure and find out what you can save.
Let's work together. Come on, let's work together.
Time for sports with JD, and everybody here is worried about ASU. They make it to the NCAA?
Well, let me just talk about that. You know, in the wake of the Sun Devils shellacking of Southern Cal last night, ASU fans, some of them in this very studio, were asking, which would it be, the NIT or maybe, just maybe, the NCAA? Friends, you can forget the field of 64. It will be the NIT for ASU. Details on the first round of the National Invitation Tournament when we get back together at 10. But for Arizona and 63 other teams, March Madness will begin later this week. You'll see the NCAA tournament right here on Channel 10 and CBS, just as you saw the selection show here earlier today. Now take a look at where the Wildcats will open play. In Salt Lake City on Thursday is the number 2 seed in the West. Cool Hand Luton Company will confront number 15 seed Santa Clara. A look at the top seeds in the NCAA tournament. Let's start at the bottom because the West is closest to us, right? Michigan's coming out here to play on the U of A's court as the number 1 seed in Tucson. In the Southeast, it'll be Kentucky. In the Midwest, Indiana will start playing Indianapolis. And the number 1 seed in the East is North Carolina. That's kind of surprising based on what happened today. Championship game of the ACC tournament, Georgia Tech and UNC. Let's show you that Bobby Crimmins may open a massage parlor when he finishes his coaching days. Anyway, Travis Best, he looks best for the Yellow Jackets. He drives, he scores, and he's fouled. The Tar Heels try a late run. Brian Reese with a tray. Not enough. Georgia Tech with the upset, 77-75. In the NBA today, the Pistons beat the Bulls by a bucket, but a loss is a loss, whether the margin is 2 points or 31. Just ask the Suns, who have Sunday off following their drubbing last night by the Nets. We'll have Pro Hoop highlights for you at 10. Cactus League play today. Ho-Ho Cam, the Cubs and the M's. Cub fans want Rhino back. M's fans got to see Brett Boone. It's Vapor, a 2-run job. Seattle leads 3-1. Tied in the bottom of the 8th. But listen, the Cubs were down 6-1. Pinch hitter Phil Dolphin singles in a run, and the Cubs are on their way. Reliever Randy Myers, you know, we're used to seeing him on the mound. He helps his own cause at the plate. He has a run-scoring single. Cubs win. Cubs win. 10-6. With apologies to Harry for trying to impersonate him. There's only one Harry, right? Cactus League board. Brewers beat the A's 10-6. Angels over Colorado 8-5, and it took 11 for the Giants to cut San Diego down to size. From baseball to boxing, what a win for Michael Carbajal last night in Las Vegas. He gets off the mat twice, then knocks out Humberto Chiquita Gonzalez. Show you what happened. The second of Carbajal's 2 knockdowns comes in round 5. The first one, no big deal, but this second one, hey, look, Michael kind of had the cobwebs right here. I mean, his eyes were glazed, but he has the heart of a champion. More important, he's got the little hands of stone. Round 7, here it comes. There's the punch. Chiquita's out. Down for the count. Michael Carbajal unites the belts.
Like I always tell all the young guys, you know, never quit no matter what happens. You got to have that confidence in yourself. Relax, come back on strong, and I knew I was going to do it.
And he did it last night. Golf this afternoon. Fred Couples in sudden death over Robert Gamez in the Honda Classic. And Meg Mallon wins the LPGA event down in Tucson. LPGA coming to town this week out of Moon Valley.
That's right. Okay, JD, thank you very much. He'll have more at 10 o'clock, of course. Coming up later, we're going to tell you why these kids you're about to see right now are running for a spot in the winter spotlight. Stay with us.